And a week later, they get to know, oh, the prices, fuel increased. Oh, I mean, how can you be in the business world when you do not know what is happening globally?
Yeah, that is, that is that's not.
You see, that's the thing. That's the thing we've been talking about. What we consume on a daily also affects us. You wake up and you think about TikTok, and you're a forex trader. Come on, you're supposed to be looking at what is happening. The dollar, how it's performing.
What is happening? What is this? And also sometimes getting to understand that some of the market trends, because many times we have this assumption that market trends are influenced by demand and supply or inflation, but sometimes it may not be the case. Social, political factors, so that is quite also important. And we all know exactly that whatever happens, regardless of where you are, if you're in Uganda and something happens in Kenya, you need to understand that. You need to project what is the period, looking at the pace at which that event might affect your economy as a country, Uganda. And of course, coming down to you as a trader, because if you're talking about trade, you definitely know that even though you're not an international trader, the items that you trade within the people in your village are gotten from somewhere. So once there is a disruption, it's very quite unideal for you to say, hey, that is in Tanzania, it doesn't concern me, I don't even import from there. But remember, the soap or any commodities that you sell to the people are shipped from some of those distant countries, and probably Tanzania could be a route in terms of where they are imported, because we are a landlocked country. So it matters not until you get to that wholesaler whom you are used to, and you get to realize that the commodities are no longer in existence. So all these perspectives, and also some of the events that happen affect people's choices in terms of product choice. Exactly. Because for example, if you have been, let me say, if the prices, if people in that particular country probably stop consuming that commodity, and before you know it, you realize that the only available for production, because some countries really care more about the domestic people, what they really want, so you find that if the domestic citizens no longer need that commodity anymore, it is out of production. So the market, it's off the market. So but it takes you as a trader to have what we call business intelligence, whereby you have information, you have real facts on ground to find out exactly what is happening and how is this likely to influence the consumer's choices.
Yeah, I do agree with you. So, at the end of the day, we have to go back to the drawing board. Much as, yes, we have a small which contribute a huge percent on our GDP. We have at least whatever entity is responsible. Yeah. I'm not saying they should go to school. I'm not saying that they should go to school.
Yeah.
But then if we want to thrive in business, to know the global events, people have to be, that is why we've been talking about mentorship. Mentorship, someone that you look up to, have they, done their business, and of course, maybe then you can learn how they progressed. And, every time you see someone looking at, buying papers, you feel, Ugandan people are funny. They'd be like, oh, these are, the elite, it's their thing. They just want to waste money. You don't know what that person is looking into the papers. Probably they have a business. They have maybe a petrol station. They want to look at what is happening in oil in Russia. To know how they're going to maneuver through this. Yeah, but you're waking up, you're focusing on your phone on other things, and the next thing you know, oil prices are high,
or they have risen, they have declined.
Yeah. There is inflation into the country, and at the end of the day, you have to give an explanation to the customer why you have increased the price.
Exactly. That is very right, actually. I mean, that information is quite very crucial because because we know once anything that happens on the oil, it's definitely going to affect most of the prices, which that is a fact that we know. But still, we get to understand it coming back in line with like I mentioned, something to do with consumer choices and decisions because of that event that has happened. However, some of these events may not be necessarily economical. It could be health-related aspects. You know, like how, for example, I saw a certain syrup that was being talked against. Of course, there were claims over it having diverse effects to children when they take the syrup. So I'm trying to imagine somebody who is running a pharmacy, and probably you could be having that stock, you know, and you're not aware, and you're asking yourself, and you know, the funny thing is that it's not okay, I don't know how to bring it really perfectly, but it's the worst thing you can ever be if you as an entrepreneur, you're ignorant and the consumers are more knowledgeable about you, about what is happening. That is,
Yes, I was going to say, it's like being in the, maybe in an organization or company, and you get information from an outsider.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's quite a disappointment.
Very, very.
How are you not in the know of what is happening?
Yet you are already
in your own house, on your own, under your roof.
Yeah, that is the actual path of distraction, both socially, economically, and all in all aspects. So obtaining data is quite important, and sometimes you may not really need the actual figures, but by studying the situations, how people are behaving this way. For example, a report was carried out by the New York Times saying that in Africa, any person that they see with a big stomach is perceived rich, and so you find that if I have a commodity that I'm distributing, let me say fatty commodities, and you know, some people actually come to a level whereby they're improving their diet simply because they want to put up this appearance. But remember, as you're buying those fatty foods to have that appearance of looking rich, there is somebody you're making rich. You know, actually the report said that people wear a place where people look at obesity as a means of financial security, and somebody is doing whatever it takes to keep his obesity, and they are fine with it, and it's becoming quite very normal. Yeah, but remember, there is something which there is somebody you're making rich, and if somebody hears such a statement, they will definitely know. So if I am marketing this commodity, you know, then I know that I will have the demand. I mean, if I put out this commodity, the demand is available. You know, taking a look at ladies who desire to increase their size in all perspectives, all that is, you know, all those are services that are, you know, penetrating. And it comes to the place of somebody understanding what do people in this country value most. You know, because I think that's one of the key trends. When you get into the culture norms of the people of that society, you study the culture trends for quite a while, it can give you an insight of whether your commodity will have at least above 50% success rate in its first 2 years of it being brought into that society. So market data is that's what makes market data quite important. And also knowing when are you supposed to actually produce more of this product and when are you supposed to actually produce less of this product, because this helps you to reduce on, first of all, the production costs, because you know that it's not about producing, because you've started this season and you know that, okay, I think I need to put it down because at this particular season in time, people are now focusing more on this. So if I produce more of this, it's likely to flood the market and no one is actually going to purchase it. Culture. I saw something in line with where some companies actually go to a degree of visiting medical institutions in psychology in terms of studying people's trends and behavior towards brands, or people's first perception when they look at a commodity, a new commodity that has been introduced. But of course this comes with a cost. You know, no company that we see that is making all this money, it had to really inject heavily in getting some of this information.
Yes. Which is good, which is exactly good actually. For you, if you're operating, you have to, you know, take time to do research. It's important to go to research, make your sample study.
Study the sample. Study.
Make your sample study, and from that you can evaluate on how the product that you're bringing is going to benefit the company. So you see, actually, there was here the Chinese investor to set up fertilizer factory. You see, For someone, actually, for someone who is a farmer, this could be an opportunity, because this thing actually has this technology. It produces acetic acid fertilizers through the Scapon technology, a product that promotes high yield in plants and also makes them resistant to disease and drought.
Okay.
This is to a farmer.
To a farmer. I see.
So, how best for a person who didn't access this paper today? How are they going to know what is happening? And exactly, ignorance is actually so bad in terms of that product delivery. Because many times when you ask somebody that, I tried out this business and it failed. I feel any business can succeed, right? Because even the Lamborghini may not really sell the most cars, but you'll be surprised that actually Toyota sells more. But we don't see the Lamborghini close down, because of course the Bugatti, the manufacturers of the Bugatti Veyron, because they manufacture the car knowing the kinds of people, the class they are manufacturing for, and they're very comfortable. And they're speed cars, obviously.
And they're speed cars. Now, for you to come out, you've probably invested a lot of money in something that you feel is luxurious, and perhaps you have this perception of quantity in terms of what I'm going to sell. And in the first few months or years, things are not working out. You feel like your cost of production is higher than the profit. Probably even you produce more than what you ought to produce. Bugatti Veyrons, Rolls Royce, the cars that are manufactured in a year are known by the company that we cannot exceed this number of cars, and there are not a lot of cars, by the way. I'll get, when I get the number, I'll let you know. But because they started, they know that, okay, this is our commodity, this is our target. And I've come to realize many times when we come into the market, we want to take the entire market share. And that is also frustrating possible business growth. And now the skill is here. What I feel like is that there is need to be told people how to practice to grow with a small, that even if your market share is 0.5%, how do you grow on that 0.5%? Because your market share will make you make a decision in terms of what are you supposed to output to save or to cut down the costs of production. Otherwise, you will produce, if your production is not proportionate to your market share, because you don't know even your market share because you've not carried out some extensive research, well, you're definitely heading into a loss, a huge loss. You'll end up manufacturing more, and yet the market, it will take longer on the market to, sustain it. And the longer it takes, probably a time comes and even the pricing you're giving it out is just to let go of it and get rid of that stock. All right, that is it. In line with that, exactly 8:26. We'll take a short break, and of course we're still returning with a further related business discussions, and of course that is in line with the business and entertainment and sports.
Smart 24, driving business.
Rachel! Rich! The Queen Cobra, the password of the money, the original no spare parts, the 11th commandment, the question and the answer.
Osmosis. I know you want money, but I'm also broke.
Ah, no. Money is not an object. These days, Momo sorts me out anytime. In fact, my sister, let me also sort you out.
Really?
I've just sent you instructions on how to get a loan on Momo. I'm here for you. Can I borrow some chips?
When you need a loan, you've got MTN Momo. We're sorting. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
My friend, Just enter. Everyone now has all access to Pearl Magic Prime. Kasim, give this man some biscuits.
They're over.
They're over. But you see these people here, they are on GOTV Plus, like you. But now they can watch big shows like Sanyu, or they can watch Beloved and they cry. So my friend, from now on, it's more magic to Uganda's best shows on GOTV Plus.
Luxury redefined at Seasan Hotel as you indulge in the splendor of elegant living fit for the royalty that you are. Step into comfort, pampering and blissful customer-centric service as you select from our range of comfy exquisite living quarters furnished to meet with your royal preference. Surrounded by scenic beauty, our tropical setting allows you to escape the glamorous ordeal of city life. Our ambient green gardens will guide you to a place of revitalizing rest. The 3-star restaurant caters to your palate, serving your choice menu ranging from exotic cuisines to local delicacies. Our chefs will serve you full course meals for a truly out-of-this-world culinary experience. Our fully stocked bar to whet your throat, from renowned global brand whisks, brandies, gins, beers and wines to our locally celebrated beverages, you will not lack for any brewage. It's an all-new experience in the East at Seasan Hotel, so visit today at plot 15 to 19 Spire Road, Ginger, or contact us on +256 751 719 960 and +256 785 354 614 for reservations. Seasan Hotels, luxury redefined.